Now I request Dr. Vijay Singhal from Rajasthan Pollution Control Board to start their session. The topic of the session is Integrated Soil Waste Recycling Park at Jaipur. And now I also call Dr. Milind Kulkarni sir to briefly introduce about sir.
Hello. I think after lunch now you may be in a different mood, but there are fantastic lectures in the second session also, and we are lucky to have amongst us Dr. Vijay Singhal Saab, who has recently retired as Chief Environmental Engineer from Rajasthan State Pollution Control Board. So it is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Vijay Singhal Saab. He is BE from BITS Pilani and PhD from Malviya National Institute of Technology, Jaipur, superannuated from Rajasthan State Pollution Control Board as Chief Environmental Engineer in March 2022. He has more than 37 years of experience in industrial pollution control, solid waste management, environmental governance, and circular economy. Presently, Director of Messrs. Green Hub Systems Private Limited, which is consulting organization offering consultancy in waste management and other environmental related fields. He is instrumental in setting up integrated waste recycling park at Jaipur, which is first of its kind in India. Introduced green rating program for industries in Rajasthan for the first time in collaboration with CII. Extensive hands-on experience in sustainable industrial development and empaneled as an expert assessors under the Green Co rating program of CII. He was engaged with GIZ India as technical expert for setting up of integrated waste recycling park in Jaipur. He worked as technical expert with Center for Environmental Education for carrying out inventory and assessment of plastic and municipal solid waste for the state of Rajasthan. Undersigned has been catalyst in promotion of utilization of hazardous waste for co-processing in cement industries in the state and in preparation of climate change action plan for the state of Rajasthan. He published several research papers in peer-reviewed national and international journals, also expert reviewer for various international journals such as Journal of Environmental Management, Journal of Cleaner Production, Groundwater for Sustainable Development, etc., and has reviewed more than 70 research papers. So, over to you, Dr. Vijay Singhal Saab. Thank you.
uh, Recyclers generate various waste streams. Suppose you are a plastic waste recycler, you will also generate some e-waste or maybe some metal. If you are e-waste recycler, you will also generate some batteries or some plastic waste also. So every recycler, generates some additional streams which they are not able to recycle. Now, what to do with these streams? Either he has to set up their own facility for recycling of all those streams which is not recycling, or look for another recycle where he can go and give the stream to that recycler. Now, doing that itself is a big issue for logistics concern, transportation supplied. So it becomes very difficult and economically unviable for the recyclers to send all of this stream which is not recycling to other recyclers. So the idea came, why not to co-locate all the recyclers at a single place so that they have synergy in their operation, they can harness the symbiosis in their different waste streams. So the concept of integrated waste recycling park is development for the recycling is concerned. So here we are trying to co-locate different recyclers for different waste streams at a single place, and they are carrying the work of recycling in this area. Stream which can be included in the recycling are plastic, e-waste, hazardous waste, or PV panels, or life vehicles. So basically, here we are trying to enhance environmental and economic performance through the collaboration and pooling of the resources, environmental as well as mental resources, and we are recycling the various waste streams. Here, so Industrial recycling, in industrial recycling part, there are stakeholders. On the one side, the industry which are recycling the waste, administration which is managing the entire recycling part, and the citizens which are interacting with the industries as well as administration. So here is ecosystem which will be in harmony with the environment and where all the stakeholders are in a position to kind of benefit, whether it is recyclers or the citizens or the administration. In the recycling part, you not only have recyclers, but you also have the facilities for skill development of the workers, for training of the workforce, and also awareness center where you can create awareness about the waste recycling, and also will have supplies for the raw materials, repair shops, and refurbishing also to boost the circular economy. So basically, this park is not just for a recycling park; it has all the ecosystem, all the facilities required by the recyclers for recycling or the efficient recycling of their waste. So this is the mapping where we try to map the various recyclers, streams generated by them, and how these streams are exchanged between them. So basically, as I told, the various recyclers are for the plastic, e-waste, batteries, ELB, the hazardous waste, and the stream which they generate, and how you kind of facilitate the exchange of streams among these recyclers to kind of achieve symbiosis. Now the question arises how this integrated recycling park are different from eco-industrial park. A concept eco-industrial park is there for a very long time. It has been defined. There are guidelines issued by UNEP and other. So basically, in a integrated recycling park, the focus is on the recycling of the waste streams, though it is also a setup on the basis of the sustainability with parameters, whether it is a siting or the management or the environmental quality or social aspects. So basically, integrated recycling park are a kind of eco-industrial parks where you are emphasizing more industries which are recycling the waste. We are not trying to kind of encourage, manufacturing industries and other industries. We are focusing mainly on the waste recycle, trying to find exchange of the waste and set up all the facilities looking to the waste recyclers at the focal point. So basically, it's a eco-industrial park with special emphasis on the waste recyclers. Now, what are the salient design consideration for the IWRP? The foremost is a selection of a suitable site because a site selection is very important as far as the waste second parts are concerned. The site has to be such that you have abundant, availability of raw material as well as you are able to sell your finished recycle product. So you must be near the market and the areas where the industries are located, we can get the waste, easily. And second is identification and selection of the waste recyclers. It's also equally important because, as I said, the focal point of the waste recycling park is the exchange of waste stream. It means you will have to select the recyclers very carefully and identify the waste they are generating, the quantum, the characterization, so that you can find the synergies among the recyclers, how this waste stream will be recycled and will be exchanged between them. Then, of course, master planning of a site. You have to plan a site keeping all the sustainability parameter in mind as well as requirement of the recyclers in mind. How much land is recyclers will require, how much land he may require in future when he try to expand, and of course availability of labor. Those routine parameters which we see all the sites also require there, and plus other requirements like how you will, harvest renewable energy, whether a sufficient area is available, and then availability of water. All those aspects are required to be considered because these parks have to be designed as per the environmental, sustainability parameters, so that they not only recycle the waste, but they also become a model as far as sustainability is concerned. Besides this, you also require to have the basic facilities to be established in the park, which are required by every park, whether it is a way bridge or required, laboratories. So uh, you have to kind of select the basic facility which are required to be developed in a park, which are required for all the industry areas. Apart from that, we will also have some specific common facilities basically required for recycling park. Like you need material testing laboratory, you need a training and skill development center, you need awareness centers. You may also require a common effluent treatment plant, or you may require areas for storage of the raw materials. So all these are specific to a waste recycling park, which may not be available in a normal industrial area. And apart from them, the governing structure of the park is also need to be designed. What kind of governance you would like to have for the park? It could be governed by the government authorities. It could be a mixed model where you have SPV, where some of government officials are the member, or it could be simply it is managed by the industries themselves. They don't need anybody else to to manage the park. So depending on the requirement, different governance models are available on which the park will be governed. Then the question comes: how does it benefit to the environment and other these players? As I said, you are matching the waste stream which the recycler can recycle. So of course, somebody's waste become the raw material for the other, and of course because you have a community of recyclers, so there will be innovations and a support for each other. It's a fertile ground for ideas where you expand the recycling, come up with new ideas to improve efficiencies of the recycling. So overall, it will boost the recycling in the state, improve the efficiencies, economically beneficial, and of course, a sharing of knowledge will be there. You will have manpower which is trained in recycling, and also awareness about the waste, because in public there is a lot of mistrust about the waste, that waste are very hazardous. So once you have a park, you have a center of awareness, you can invite a journal, a public there, and they may see for themselves how the waste are recycled, and then some of the mistrust which the public had will be resolved. Now, what are the successful drivers for implementation of the integrated recycling part? As I said that you have to have various regulatory and economic instruments, because waste recycling is a tricky business, it's a risky business unless there is a support in terms of a policy and economic instrument. The recycling as of now is not a very attractive business for the recyclers. So the government has to provide incentive in terms of lend on constitutional rates, or maybe that you do a package where you provide some tax incentives, you provide some regulatory push by which you may say that the industry was required to use at least percent of recycled material. So somehow you have to support the recycling community through the regulatory and economic instruments. That is a driver for a successful implementation of such parks. Then of course you should have a strong organizational structure. The person who is heading the administration should have good knowledge of the waste and recycling, and should be able to organize the exchange of the streams, because unless you pitch to that, educate different recyclers, this this the identification of the schemes, streams, and their exchange will not be so easy to do. Of course, we have to engage with various stakeholders and do very transparent in information dissemination, so that all the stakeholders should know what are the streams available for recycling, what are the characteristics, what are the quantity, so that they can discuss among themselves and able to identify those streams, and the supporting system by which these things can be recycled. And of course, by doing all this, you should be able to achieve a sound, effective industrial symbiosis in waste exchange. You can also take the support from various organizations, like in case of Jaipur, we sought expertise from GIZ India, and they have developed the entire, the planning of the industrial area, also did a feasibility study whether the park is possible here. So of course, because they have a lot of experience, they have been doing it from a long time, not exactly integrated recycling parks, but they have these kind of parks which have been organically, developed in Sweden and various places. So I mean, we can take advantage of the knowledge that's already available with these organizations. Now I'll just brief you about the waste recycling park being set up. This park was basically announcement in the budget of last year, where they said that such park will be established, and the government of Rajasthan kept a budget of 50 crores for this park. It was also included in the Gati Shakti program of the central government of the Prime Minister of India, and they also, give finance for setting up this park. Then on the location, we had a lot of discussions with the recyclers. At least two discussions were held, and then there was a view that this park should be set up near Delhi, so that you are able to sell your recycled product and also a market for the waste. So then finally, a land measuring 48 hectares was identified at Ramgarh Gandhi Road in village Tholai and Ramgarh, where this park is being set up. This park is quite close to Jaipur as well as Dosa, and from Delhi also it is around 250 kilometers. So it is between two highways, Jaipur Agra Highway and Jaipur Delhi Highway. This is a view of the site. The site is quite, a flat, very near to Jaipur, Jaipur, highway, and then there's not much, vegetation around, and then there's a canal which forms the boundary of the site. There are natural water bodies also where the rainwater is collected. It can be used to meet the demand of the water of this park. So far, this park is being set up by RICO, that is Industrial Development Agency, in collaboration with RPCV. As I briefed you earlier, GIZ India has extended technical support in setting this park. They have done a pre-feasibility study, and it was recommended that this park should be set up. There is a lot of potential for setting up these parks. And a joining master planning was done by IIT Kharagpur through GIZ India, and the RICO has already taken up certain government agencies. Even allotment of land has been started, and auction process started. Two auctions has already been done, in which around 40 plots have been auctioned already by RICO in this industrial park. It has, around 100 plots varying on a size from 1,000 square meter to 10,000 square meters. And it has been kept in a way that the recyclers can join two plots. So the arrangement is quite, flexible. So that even if you require a big land, you can join two, three plots and get a bigger land. So, master plan, they have considered a parking area along which we have warehouses, effluent treatment plant, landscaping, renewable energy. So it's a kind of based on sustainability parameters issued by UNEP, and also to facilitate the recyclers with their entire requirements. These are number of plots of different sizes. The big plots are small, less, and then there's this distribution as far as land use is concerned. Out of 48 hectares, around 50% will go for industrial plots. Roads will take around even another 25%, and then remaining is green belt in commercial areas and other things. So almost half of the land will be for the industrial use, rest for other uses, as normally happens in a park. This is overall view, the master, planning, how the land has been divided into various land uses. This is a 3D visualization of the park, and so that's all from my side. I'm sorry for the technical hiccups. I don't know whether you will be able to see it adequately. I welcome any questions, on this. Yeah.
So, so I'm thankful to you, Dr. Vijay Singhal. Thank you very much. And we are slightly behind the schedule. So, if there are any questions, I will send you through email, sir.
Sure, definitely.
Thanks a
Definitely.
lot. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye bye.
Yeah, bye.